Hey, good evening, everybody. Sammy Thunder here. Welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to be doing a recap video for the year of 2023. I'll show you my top 10 purchases of the year. I made quite a bit of purchases when I look back on it, but I wanted to pick out 10 of my favorites and showcase them to you. Also, additionally, ramble on a little bit about some of the goals I have for 2024 in terms of shows and um, probably stuff that you've heard from other content creators as well. So I might be preaching to the choir a bit, but um, we'll talk a little bit about that as well, and just talk about where my head is at in terms of collecting. But first and foremost, I'll go through these 10 items that I picked up this year, maybe give a little bit of background in case y'all haven't seen the videos when I did show them, and kind of go from there. So the first one this is no such order, but the first one that I have for you is the 1955 Roberto Clemente, his famous rookie card, um, and it is quite a beauty. Got this one at the National, and it has great color to it, and just a great card. I was one of the cards I was hunting for, and I graded it. Received a 1, and yeah, I graded it this one at the National. It was nice to be able to submit them at the physical location and get them back practically the same day. So it was really cool, and so really nice looking Clemente. This one was one of my more recent purchases, and I famously say that this was the 7-hour card. I walked around for 7 hours at the Philly show, and I obtained this card for a nice investment, a nice pickup, and that is none other than the 1958 Hires Root Beer Test Tab, not the tab, but the test card of Willie Mays. This does not have the tab, but somebody pointed this out, that the orange backdrop is such a nice touch for this to kind of represent the colors of the San Francisco Giants. But really cool promotional item that was given out that year. And so here's the back with the root beer on the bottom, and they got the bottle cap on the on the top here. And yeah, so famously, this one I picked up at a table at the Philly show. It was one of the last tables I visited before I left, and I was coming up empty with my list. Whenever I was showing people my list, dealers just didn't have anything that I was looking for. But I finally picked up the one card or one of the cards I was after, and that was this nice one here. So that's another big pickup of the year. Third one, Norwalk Card Show in Connecticut. I was set up as a dealer. I had a guy come by with a bunch of page sleeves and a lot of great vintage in there. And at the time, I picked up 3 cards, and this was one of the 3. Y'all have seen this because I graded this at the National this year. No, I'm sorry. I graded it just before the National. But that is the 1959 Bob Gibson that graded a 5. It is subject to debate by some. Some others think it was fair. It was fairly graded. Some think it was unfairly graded. I probably will bring this to this year's National and just see if they'll take a look at it for me and get their second opinion on it. I might just regrade it. We'll see what happens. But anyway, getting back, I picked up these 3 cards at picked up this card at the Norwalk Card Show. The guy going around, and it was this, a Cepeda 58 and a 59 Stan Musial, and I wanted this one in the deal, and I got a great deal on it. And so when I submitted it, came back a 5. But listen, it's one of the higher 5s you'll probably ever see. So quite a nice card. This one I have to give thanks to Brian Fish. He's a dealer in the New Jersey area, a huge collector of Venezuelan cards, and he recommended me to this Christy Mathewson I'm about to show you. It's a Venezuelan, the Retirado from 1967. I bought this through a Facebook dealer. Brian put me to him, and I kept making bids. It wasn't an auction, but I kept making offers. And got this beauty of a 2 of the 1967 Venezuelan Retirado. And this one it looks really, really stunning. Here's the back. What's really cool about this is that the back does not have any paper loss to it, which is a common thing among these Retirado cards. So It was a nice purchase, nice pickup. I love the blue in contrast with Christy Mathewson's picture here, and the Retorado is really nice touch with the red. So, or I guess the purple red or violet or raspberry colored, however you want to call it. But it's a really stunning card, and that's what I love about cards is the quality to it is, and the design is really what stands out. This was a Grail card. I know they're pretty readily available, but to me it's a special card because you get 3 Hall of Famers in one card, 2 rookies and 1 Hall of Famer. My favorite basketball player growing up was Larry Bird, so of course I have to show you the 1980-81 rookie card of Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Julius Erving. And so it's a special card, obviously. And again, there's a lot of these around, but this one I picked up halfway through the year, and just, really special card because you have all 3 players on it. So it's kind of cool to have Magic Johnson and Larry Bird on the same card. It represents, so, for collectors that love both, I mean, it's only fitting that they're together. And it's kind of, I think it was definitely done on purpose because of the record that they still hold as in terms of college, for the highest rated college basketball NCAA championship final. So this is definitely done with purpose. This was another national pickup that I made. Willie Mays. I don't have enough money to own or to have his 51 Bowman, but I wanted to at least get his first Topps card in 52. So that is none other here than the Willie Mays 52 Topps. It really is quite a card, and this one I thought had really good appeal to it when I bought it at the National. Probably paid a good price on it, fair price on it, and I went to submit it. It was a PSA 1, and I wanted an SGC, and so I was happy it crossed over, even if it was a lateral move. I just like my collection to kind of be all SGC if possible. So this was a nice pickup. Here's the back. I'm sorry, the focus is not really capturing it very nicely. There we go. Show the front now, since we can get a better look at it. But really good. I remember showing this to a bunch of other guys at the show at the National. And they were just really, they admired it, especially Adam Vintage Sanctuary, since he got his a year before. So really nice Mays to pick up. I mean, classic card. Again, there's a lot of them, but if you're a Mays collector, I feel like it's only right to have one. Next one was recent in the summer. I saw a bunch of guys get this card for other players, and I was in the hunt for the Willie Mays of this, and that is none other than the 1964 stand-up. And the contrast here with the green and the yellow, with it just gives it so much dimension here with the cutout. And obviously, I mean, this card is in great condition. I love so much about this card, and again, the green and yellow. I love color in card, and so when something like this kind of pops, when it sits in my display, I'm able to see it from a mile away, and it's just really a stunning design. Unfortunately, it did have some writing on here, the 1100, which probably brought the grade down, but quite happy with it nevertheless. While this is also readily available in the market, you can definitely find these rather easily for the right price. That's up for debate, but had to have this in my collection. Not a huge collector of this player in particular, but I love the year. 1954 is one of my favorites to collect, and so he's one of the big names. That's none other than Hank Aaron. And so Hank Aaron's 54 Topps card here. Let me see if I can get a better focus for you. Here we go. And this was already graded when I bought it. I bought it from a trusted Discord dealer. I guess he's a dealer full time. I'm not sure, but he sold it to me for a nice price, and it's great to have one in the collection. It's my only Hank Aaron card since I've sold off a lot of my other ones to make room for other purchases, but I'm happy to have that one. Alright, so the last two. This one I picked up after the National, not too long. It's one of my favorite sets to build. I'm only building like Hall of Famers from this set, and this is one I'll definitely keep in the collection if I decide to move some of the other ones, but that is none other than the Lou Alcindor 1969 Topps Rulers. And what's really special about these is just, they're so colorful. As I mentioned many times throughout this video, color and design matter to me a lot when it comes to collection pieces. And so this one is of no exception to that. And, Kareem's rookie year. It's a really special looking set. Just full of a lot of color, a lot of thought went into this. And it just makes it a lot of fun to try to build this. And they stand out so nicely. So this one I bought through Facebook, PSA. Unfortunately, SGC, they do not grade the rulers. So PSA it is for the time being until maybe down the road SGC will change their minds. And finally, this might be on purpose, but this is my favorite pickup of 2023. You don't see these that often. At least I haven't seen these at shows. I think everybody's going to predict this one, but of course it has to be the S was 81. I was confused. 74 and 81. 81 Silks Christy Mathewson from 1912. Right, I've got the year right. I'm really in love with the artistry of this, and that's really what kind of why I gravitated towards this. And they're using the classic pose that he has from the T206 set, and they kind of put it on silk. I got this at the Garfield Card Show through a dealer who I've had repeated purchases from, and so I splurged to buy this. I asked for advice from some of the other content creators. Let's see if I can put this over here. Some of the other content creators were all in like a text thread, and so I asked them, I was like, what do you guys think? Do you guys think this is a fair price? And everyone was like, yeah, you gotta do it. And Orlando gave me the final push from a collector's dream, and so lo and behold, this is now in my collection. So really nice pieces. So I don't think it's any surprise that lately I've been buying more kind of like memorabilia, promotional novelty items. I'm kind of pivoting my collection to being more player collector driven. So I have my set guys who I like to collect. Christy Mathewson, Willie Mays, Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, Bill Russell, and Larry Bird. Those are the guys that I collect. Those are what I'm going to be focusing on, and that's my strategy really. And I think what's great is that this will help me focus a lot more of my attention on these guys, and kind of drive out the temptation that could potentially come with this hobby, which, believe me, I've gone down that road of temptation a number of times with because there's so many cards out there. So it'll make buying stuff a lot easier, and so really I think my goal for 2024 is to just kind of continue that wave of finding some really kind of unique and items that are out there. I have my eye on some things, like when I was at the Philly show, there's somebody, one of the dealers, Woody, it's his nickname, but Woody showed me the Willie Mays, was it 1975 Laughlin, I think it was. It was an artist piece. It was an artist, and did these kind of, I forget what you call them, like these cardboard cutout designs of these players, and they kind of have more of like not a comic book feel to it, but very, like an animated sort of style to it, and they're really works of art. And Woody had one that he was going to frame, and he showed it to me when he was at the Philly show, and it's really just a striking piece. And there is a Tom Seaver floating out there, so either Willie Mays or Seaver, those are a really cool piece to have. They're quite big, so they would take up a lot of space, but nevertheless a really cool collection item. Some of the smaller pieces, I got to find some more of those rulers from the 69 basketball set. Um, the big item, which I feel is going to be a needle in a haystack for me, is going to be that 1952 Willie Mays Coca-Cola test tips. And my hope is I can find one that is in low grade, very, very, very low grade, because the last one I saw that sold in like a 1 or 1.5 sold for about 2,000-3,000. So one can only hope, but I'm not going to hold my breath. That's going to be a tough one to find. But the National is going to be my place where I'm going to find a lot of those big cards, I think, because a lot of these regional shows, they have good stuff, but they just don't have the very nitty gritty specific stuff that I'm looking for. But that kind of rounds it up for now. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Don't forget about the giveaway that's happening with Orlando and myself. We're still coordinating the time and date to be able to do our live stream and do our giveaways. We have 8 cards. Let me grab them for you. You got the you got the Rigney and Mays. Master Mentor is a possible card to win. Here's the Raleigh Fingers. Got a close look at him before the mustache. I can't get it in focus, but that's okay. Got a really beautiful looking Bob Gibson from 1968, and finally 66 Jim Palmer rookie. So a lot of opportunity there. But yeah, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll definitely check back. I got a card show tomorrow morning to do, so I look forward to getting back into the swing of things and do a weekend recap. All right, everybody, take care.